It's Wrestlemania time! That's right. Wrestlemania is upon us. Let's get to those predictions, but first, let's roll that intro. Tommy Loves Stuff, where he talks about the things that he loves. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy back at you again with another TLS video. Today, we're taking a special look at some predictions that I'm making for this year's WrestleMania. WrestleMania 38. Though they dropped the numbers years ago, I don't know why. Anyway, WrestleMania 38. We kick it off with night one, the Saturday show, and I think the opener might be the Usos defending the Smackdown tag team titles against Shinsuke Nakamura and his tag team partner Rick Boogs. I see the Usos retaining. It'll probably be a decent match. Y'all know they use Nakamura the way they should have used Nakamura, but, you know, as long as he's happy, he's happy. Usos retain. You have Drew McIntyre taking on Happy Corbin. Oh, Drew McIntyre, how the mighty have fallen. You know, a year ago, he was in the WWE title match, and now he's in, let's face it, a nothing match to get on the card. I mean, no disrespect to Corbin, because whatever they give him, the dude tries to make it work. But I feel like if you were trying to make a made man like Drew McIntyre, and you have 2 WWE title reigns under your belt, this is kind of a step down. Anyway, Drew wins with the Claymore. You have Seth frickin' Rollins, taking on a mystery opponent. Now, the rumors are it's going to be Cody Rhodes making the jump from AEW to WWE back. Although, recently I read, like, it could be Shane McMahon. I think he's a red herring, though. I think he's a red herring to throw you guys off of the worst kept secret in wrestling right now. On a long shot, it could be Cesaro, it could be The Fiend, Bray Wyatt making their return. I mean, on a longer shot, it could be MJF, which I definitely don't think would happen, but I'd totally be shocked, and that would be a cool moment, WrestleMania moment as they go for. Anyway, if it's Cody, Seth Rollins ain't winning, because why bring him back and then squash him? Although that's exactly something Vince would do. So it's kind of up in the air, but I'm going to go with Seth losing in a quick match, to be honest with you. But that's totally something Vince would do. He would bury a guy coming in just to be petty like that. Vince next level petty, y'all know this. The New Day in a tag team match. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston representing the New Day. Their partner Big E is out with an unfortunate neck injury. If you saw that, it was brutal, and I'm glad he's doing all right. They are taking on the team of Sheamus, and I believe Pete Dunne, which is Butch, they're calling him. So I don't know about that. But anyway, I think this is originally supposed to be a 6-man tag with Ridge Holland and, of course, Big E in there. You know, preferably, I would have rather seen Woods in a singles match for the Intercontinental title, and I'll get to that situation in a little bit. But I see the New Day taking the L here. Sheamus and his new buddy are probably going to win. Becky Lynch defends the Raw Women's title against Bianca Bel-Air. This whole feud about, like, cutting her hair and stuff like that, it ain't doing it for me. Should be a good match. I think Bianca Belair is the women's division Roman Reigns, where they're going to keep pushing her, whether you like it or not. I'm not feeling her as a babyface. I think she'd be a great heel, and we might get to that eventually, but I do see her taking the title right now, ending big-time Bex's reign. Got a celebrity match. Oh, we got a bunch of celebrity matches, but this one is The Miz and Logan Paul taking on the Mysterios, and they ain't bringing them in to lose, so for some reason I see The Miz and Logan Paul getting the W. I wouldn't say Dominic turns on his dad. If I was them, I would, ship Dominic down to NXT for some seasoning. But yeah, the Mysterios are taking the L. Although, I mean, you don't put the dude on the cover of your video game and have him lose at WrestleMania, do you? Do you? And in the main event, or at least what I think is probably going to be the main event, you have Charlotte Flair defending the Women's Smackdown title against Ronda Rousey. Rousey's winning. But every time I thought, like, oh, Charlotte's going against somebody at WrestleMania who's got a good run going, they shouldn't be defeated, and then somehow she gets the W. She is the Brock Lesnar of that division. Charlotte over everyone, LOL. And yeah, so although I'm seeing Rousey winning, maybe not. Night 2, and you got Pat McAfee taking on Austin Theory. Now, this should be a decent match. I mean, McAfee did a good job with Adam Cole, but again, that's Adam Cole he's working with. And, Austin Theory's, up and coming. He could do his thing, I guess. I'm not really impressed, but, impress me here. So, but I do see Theory getting the W. It's more important that he wins than, the celebrity in this case. So, Austin Theory wins. The women's tag team titles are up in a fatal four-way. There's a lot of people, so I'm going to read off this list. Queen Zelina and Carmella are defending against Sasha Banks and Naomi, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. This match seemed horribly thrown together to get everyone on the card, and that's awesome. You all getting a payday. And some people, like Rhea Ripley and Sasha Banks, this is definitely a step down for Sasha Banks. Main evented last year's WrestleMania of night one. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Drew McIntyre. And later on, we're going to see with Bobby Lashley that, you know, they were in title matches, the prominent role, and now it just seems that they were thrown on the card at the last second. That said, I think Banks and Naomi probably pick up the win, if not the champs retain, but there's probably time for new champs, you know what I'm saying? Another celebrity match coming up is we got Johnny Knoxville taking on Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn has been making everything work for him. You know, whatever they throw at him, just like Corbin, you know, they make it work. And Johnny Knoxville, not a wrestler, not a celebrity. I mean, let's be honest. Jackass was popular like 20 years ago. I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, did that movie even do good? Thank God it's not for the Intercontinental title, because I'd hate to see that happen. And through shenanigans, I feel like Sami Zayn is going to lose, unfortunately. But hey, props to him for making everything work. Triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team titles as RK Bro defends against Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. Now, RK Bro is a popular team, so short of one of those guys turning on the other, they're probably going to retain the belt. Personally, I would have rather seen maybe like them in a couple minute match versus Alpha Academy, and then Montez Ford would have got a U.S. title shot with Finn Balor, who's not even on the card. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, RK Bro retains. Yeah, Bobby Lashley in a match that got set up late in the card. This happened like the Monday before WrestleMania, taking on the Giant Omos. Now, you ain't building a Giant up to lose his first singles WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying? He's winning. He's beaten a two-time WWE champ, which is a shame because, you know, Bobby was world champ last time we saw him, and he didn't even get to lose his title. He got exited out the match. I know they said he was hurt and stuff like that, and good thing they didn't have him wrestle and get more hurt. But again, it just seems like a former world champion who was in a prominent spot last year is just thrown in a nothing match to put over somebody else. Bobby Lashley's probably going to lose. Edge taking on AJ Styles in a match, 5 years ago you never thought you'd see. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to say that Edge gets the win. It's Edge at WrestleMania, and at the end of the day, Vince is going to put over his homegrown guy versus a TNA guy or a guy who got popular somewhere else. He petty like that, so Edge gets the W. In the main event of Night 2, you have a title unification match for the WWE and Universal title as Brock Lesnar takes on Roman Reigns. Now, for the culture, I am rooting for Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? But Vince loves Brock. Vince loves Brock. He puts Brock over everyone. That is the child that he wish he had. Shout out Shane. You got fired because you threw some hands on Brock in the Royal Rumble. Let's be honest. I'm going for Roman Reigns, but I could see it going either way. I think if Reigns gets the belt, the champ will defend both belts for a little while. That said, if Brock gets the belt, we might have a tournament for a new champion for one of the shows, whichever one he don't want to be on. But going Roman. Let me hit you some final thoughts. All right, y'all. This WrestleMania did not have the greatest build-up to me. Like, besides the main event and maybe the Rousey-Charlotte thing, everything just seemed kind of thrown together to get people on the card. And that's cool. They need that WrestleMania payday. But, the storylines were trash this year. I am not invested in hardly any match. The only match I want to see is on Night 2, and it's Edge versus AJ Styles. You know what I'm saying? Night 1, I don't know what to be excited about. The Seth Rollins Cody Rhodes match, they could steal the show if they gave them time, but they're not. This is going to come in and be a squash. But Night 1, I am looking forward to seeing Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins both carried their feuds going into Mania with nobody, with no help. You know what I mean? It was just them talking. Austin's going to come in, stunner to KO and stuff like that. That should be a pretty cool moment, especially in Texas. The pop Austin's going to get, it's going to be electric. So I'm looking forward to that, but that's just an interview segment. None of the matches are really exciting me on Saturday. The Seth Rollins match is intriguing just because you wanted to see somebody debut and stuff like that, see how the reaction's going to be. Hopefully it's good, but Cody ain't getting no WWE title, let's be honest. Night 2, AJ Styles Edge, looking forward to that. The main event should be all right. This WrestleMania has the least build up and my least excitement in recent memory. I can't think of a WrestleMania where I've been less excited to go into it. That said, hopefully my predictions are good, and hopefully I was spot on. I do all right in these predictions. If you want to go check the playlist and see how I did on past WrestleMania, I think I did a Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, stuff like that. We'll see. Go check the playlist and see what we got. And if you like what you see or are mildly entertained, please like and subscribe down here. Any like or subscription would help spread the word about the channel. And after all, this channel is YouTube's best kept secret. We talk comics, we talk wrestling, movies, pop culture. Everything you like is right here on the Tommy Love Stuff channel. We'll be back with another video soon. Hope you enjoy your WrestleMania. I'm going to be watching it with my family like I do every year. For the past 2 years, we haven't been able to watch it together as a family. And we're going to finally do it again this year. So I'm excited about that. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And hopefully it's a great WrestleMania. We'll see, though. All right, later.